All right, parents, we need to stop trying to raise good little boys and good little girls. Let me explain. If you don't know me, my name is Brandon Lucero. I'm a communication expert, entrepreneur, and solo parent of three. And my son actually said something to me the other day where he thought he was being good. He did something good. And he goes, "Dad, was I good? Was I good? Was I a good boy?" And my son's 12. So I'm like, why do you want to be a good boy? And so it got me thinking, and I asked him, what does a good boy mean to you? And this is the thing that you have to realize as a parent, is that what one parent deems as good, another parent deems as good, it's so different. So there is no good boy or good girl. It's basically up to your interpretation, or the box that you set as good is the box your kid's trying to live within. And so I asked him and I said, "Bud, what does good boy mean to you?" And I wanted to understand what his version of good actually meant. And he started to talk about his mom's version and my version, because we're divorced. And so I was doing all this stuff, and I was trying to understand, where does this come from? And he didn't really have a very clear depiction of what good meant. And so I started to ask him, well, what does good mean? And whose version of good are you trying to live by? And he said, "What do you mean by that?" And I said, "Well, if mom thinks this is good and dad thinks this is good, who's right and who's wrong?" And he goes, "I don't know." And I said, no one's right and no one's wrong. Everyone just has a different perspective. Everyone has a different definition of what good is. And I told him, I said, if you're sitting there trying to chase mom's version of good, or dad's version of good, or your teacher's version of good, or this person's version of good, you're going to be going crazy, bro. You're going to be going through all these different things trying to achieve something that's unachievable. And I said, the best thing that you can do is to figure out what is good for you. Who do you want to be? How do you want to show up in the world? And you live within that, not dad's version, not mom's version, not this. And I was like, yeah, granted, there are going to be things that you're going to have to do. There's certain values that we live by with our family. But the thing is, most parents don't understand, is that when you try to structure or get your kids to be a good boy or a good girl, that is a model of reality that they are going to try to fit in for the rest of their lives. And the best thing that you could do is to teach them to figure out what is their own version of good. What is their own version of who they are? What is their own version, their choice? What is their version? And that's the thing that they should live up to. Don't indoctrinate your kids into your version of what you think is good or bad, because there's going to be so many people trying to do that. Give them the strength to figure out what is their version and help them live within that.